figured it was time to check in a little bit about what the heck we need to do for the boat projects. I think the hard one would be the dinghy repair. It's letting on water a little bit, and there were some repairs previously. We'll need to undo those repairs and do the repair right.
My big projects: chase down some of the leaks where water's getting into the boat. For a long time, we had a leak here in the area right behind our sink in the bathroom. It was always wet back here. I mean, it still is. And as you can see, the paint comes right off, which is gross. We realized it was actually this thing all along. Look at this beautiful million-year-old tap. So, got a new tap. Nearly broke my neck getting the old one off. That's a small compartment down there. But I put my little butt in there and we got it off. And let's get this one on. Devin was out making money cleaning boats. And so she was gone the whole time. And so I was in that little hole. So now she's in that hole. And here's a banana for scale.
It's not stopping the drip. Or maybe I just haven't mummied it enough.
Then go up around where the plastic meets the brass as well.
Yeah.
And then my number one job is get the engine running, fix the ignition problem. On 4th of July, I invited a bunch of friends down here who happened to be in the city, and the engine went ruggun, 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 and it started, and then it died, and then from that point on, it would not start. I've never felt more useless as a captain, because I said, hey, no worries everybody, I'll just hotwire it. And I went over here to the starter to hotwire it, and come to find out, you can't hotwire this engine that easily because the fuel pump has to be energized for it to start. I don't know if that's like an anti-hotwire idea that Westerbeek did, but it's annoying. Over at where the key start actually is, there's no power. This wire, when tested, has absolutely no voltage. And this is where it's supposed to be coming from the battery. So I'm just at the yacht club bar crying, and a nice man comes in, and his name is George. And George is the former Commodore of the Sheepshead Bay Yacht Club for 10 years. He just says, yeah, I'll help you out. And he comes down to the boat with his electrical troubleshooting tools, and we literally are chasing wires for hours. So he told me to go to the marine store and pick up certain things like this fuse holder and the wires, and I already had all the terminals and connectors. And then he came back down to the boat today and helped me like more confidently tie into the fuel solenoid and run this wire. He literally, didn't leave until the engine started. So anyone that says that people in New York aren't nice, won't help you out, everyone at the club has been extremely nice. And I just can't believe this guy took 2 of his days off just to get my stupid old 1983 Westerbeek turning over again. Anyway, in the end, what we decided to do, because we couldn't find exactly why there was no voltage, is we just ran all new wires out here to the cockpit, wired the key start out here, and I put a plexiglass cover, and now it runs great.
I'm going to start working on a little bit of cosmetic stuff, I think. I've been working on the bright work just whenever I sort of feel like it, just because we're going to strip the varnish this summer and reapply it, make it beautiful.
I'm going to reseal the mast. I'm going to change the oil on the generator and on the main engine.
I'm going to work on my PhD. Going to do some writing and some analysis. And help Dan out wherever I can. I'll be the muscle.
Yeah. The incutification of the boat is almost complete. We have these lights that we're not crazy about. So we have 4 of them around the perimeter of the saloon. We're going to keep 2. And the rest, we're going to switch out with these fabulous light strips. We're going to put them here and kind of have them like uplights with diffusers. So this is what it looks like when we've pulled the light out. And yeah, I'm going to try to hook them up right there. They have different colors. I love you.
one thing that Dan and I, are pretty great at is assuming that we can do something after watching a few YouTube videos on it. And this is one of them. We got a mirror, and it's not exactly the size that we want it to be. And so we're gonna try to cut it.
So you're gonna put your weight here. Here.
Okay.
Fuck. Damn it. How did that happen? So annoying.
Fuck.
As you saw last night, we failed at perfectly cracking the mirror, but it's all for the best because we found a better spot to put what remains anyway. The original plan was to mount it on this strangely spaced spot. We were able to do a good break on the remaining piece, and we've just created an outline for it there. We've got this here hook, and we've got them there book, and if you take a look, you'll see that we're gonna hang it on that there wall.
It in for now. It's so piratey.
What do you think?
I love it. I think it's very effective. This is the project to replace our faucet. Okay. I'm going to be replacing the sink faucet. Yes! Woo, woo, woo! There she goes. There she goes.